This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're already rejoicing and glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like button, hit that share button, and do your boy a big old, huge favor. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Prophet Ramon, the Ramonepreston Show, and the squad. We are live right here from our headquarters in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today is Thursday, July the 15th, 2021. And I am absolutely positively excited about what we're going to be sharing with you today. I'm absolutely positively excited about all the opportunities that are at the disposal of those of you who are ready to take your personal, your professional, and even your financial situation to the next level. So if you're coming on, please hit the like button, hit the share button, and make sure you drop in the comments what city you're representing, what city you're watching from. Definitely let me know what city you're representing. I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all of you that continue to support the Ramonepreston Show. So many of you have committed to following us on social media, at least Monday through Friday while we host the show. So many of you have responded to us, have sent us messages just to let us know how the information we share has impacted your personal life, your professional life, your entrepreneurial life, and even your ministry life. And we're just so grateful to have the opportunity like we do to share information with you. So again, hit the like button, hit the share button, help us with those algorithms to keep us pushing up on the news feed of many tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people that scroll through social media during this time of the day. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ramonepreston. You might already know that, but I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show. And every Monday through Friday, we share information that is specifically, strategically, and exclusively designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your ministries, your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. And guess what? You might be like me. You want to start, structure, or scale all of the above. You might have business ideas, ministry, nonprofit ideas, financial ideas, and even wealth building ideas that you want to properly start, properly structure, and properly scale. Well, we use this show as a platform to bring the information to you so that you can know how to properly do that. And it's important for you to know all of the information that I share with you on the Ramonepreston Show every Monday through Friday is information that A, I live, and B, we teach and train with our company as a whole. So whether it's through our consulting division, whether it's through our coaching program, or whether it's through our online training university, every division, every department, every aspect of our business is centered around helping you start, structure, and scale whatever it is that you are endeavoring to do. So I just said all that for you to know without a shadow of a doubt that you're in good hands. I personally live the principles that we teach. And my team, my squad, the people who are around me, they live the principles that we teach. And we develop products and services and programs so that we can provide these same principles to our community, to our tribe, to our family members and friends. And so this week, we have been talking about one of the major sessions that I taught in one of our recent business coaching masterminds. And that session was on the first 5 actions in business. And so today, I'm going to be giving you the 4th action in business, and it's going to really help you understand how important it is for you to concentrate and craft your customer client or client customer profile. I'll explain that to you in a minute. But here's what I want you to keep in mind. We have one amazing offer that we've been sharing with you all week, which is really an introductory offer to get you into our world, to get you into the ecosystem of what we're teaching and what we're training people on with regard to wealth building. And this offer is a 2-for-1 mastermind offer. You will see that there's a link attached to this video. You will also see that there's a link inside the comments. And if or when you click that link at any point in the show or after the show, when you click that link, it's going to redirect you to our university training platform, and it should pop up for you a page to show you what our 2-for-1 business coaching mastermind offer is. First and foremost, it's only $30. As a matter of fact, it's really not $30, it's $29.99. 1 cent away from $30. But let's just say, for the purpose of this conversation, it's $30, all right? It's a $30 offer, and what I'm giving you is the 4 to 5 hours that I taught and trained our coaching clients on just recently, which was a business coaching mastermind that I hosted. I took about 4 to 5 hours, and I just brain dumped on all of our coaching clients, and there were other people who were not in our coaching program present, but I taught on very specific things that I knew our coaching clients were dealing with in their businesses, in their finances, and I really helped them put together some strategic action steps in order to not only get unstuck, but to actually get to a place of success. And so these business coaching masterminds that we host, they're like a hybrid of what a one-on-one coaching session is. Because as a business consultant and a business coach, it's very important for me to make sure that when I'm consulting a client or coaching a client from a business perspective, that we're able to get into the nuts and bolts of what you want to accomplish and what it actually takes for you to accomplish it. So in our group coaching masterminds, we actually do it on a massive scale. So it's kind of like a corporate version of a one-on-one business coaching session. And so this offer that we have been extending all week long is an offer for you to take advantage of. For $30, you get access, immediate access to the business group coaching mastermind that we hosted recently. You get access to all of the handouts that we had available in the manual that we gave to everyone who attended. And while you're taking this one mastermind and you're getting all this information, we're also giving you access to our upcoming live group coaching mastermind, which will be held on Saturday, August the 21st from 12 to 4, which probably means it's going to be from 12 to 5, because I normally take closer to 5 hours. And there are a lot of very important things that I'm going to be sharing in this group coaching mastermind that you just got to be there live, in person or virtually, to understand. Now, of course, if you're local in Atlanta or you just plan on coming into Atlanta, you can join us in person. There's a different price for the in-person. It's $59.99 for you to be in person with us here at our headquarters. We actually host it around the corner from our suite in our Buckhead boardroom. But guess what? Whether you want to attend in person or virtually, you're still going to get access to all of the content. So be sure to take advantage of that offer. It's a lot of information. And if you have a lot of things that you want to learn in your finances, in your business, or you might be a W-2 employee, you might be on a fixed income, you might be unemployed, and you're just trying to figure out what is the next pivot. Well, these group coaching masterminds really help you understand how to make not just personal moves, but professional moves and financial moves so that you can see success. One of the things that I love about all the information that I share in our masterminds, in our coaching program, and even the information that I share on our Blueprint Game Plan, which is our online virtual training program, one of the things that I love about it is these are my own personal recipes. These are like my own personal strategies that I have put together to see to it that my wife and I and our family and our organization can experience true biblical wealth and true success on a personal, financial, and professional level. So I want you to take advantage of that. But today I want to talk about how you can concentrate and craft your client profile. Now, if you haven't been following me all week, you might be lost in what I'm talking about. So let me just kind of refresh your memory, which also, if you have a question, drop the question in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer whatever the question is that you might have, whether it's a personal question, whether it's a financial question, it might be a professional question, a business question, a ministry question. I'm here to answer your questions. And at any time you drop that question in the comments, you're going to see that there are some numbers we put in the comments. My team makes sure that there's information in the comments and contact numbers so that you can literally text or dial one of those numbers during the live. Because guess what? If it's about business, if it's about helping you get to your next level, if it's about expanding your horizons and what you want to do in your personal, professional, or financial life, we're never not available. We're always available because we want to help you and we really want you to succeed. That's what we do. We put ourselves in a position to help people succeed, but you at least have to put yourself in a position to receive it, if you know what I mean. Because some people want it, but they're not willing to put themselves in a position to receive what they really want. And we want to get you past the want. So anyway, let me give you a quick overview of what we've been able to cover since Monday. So we started this whole week-long series of discussions on the first 5 actions in business, assuming that you want to get into business, assuming that you want to start some legal entity and you really want to be financially free, assuming that you want to build wealth, assuming that you have dreams and desires to be a millionaire and to just have some stability in your life, okay? Well, you might already know in order for that to happen, there has to be some type of business system you have or some type of business system you're connecting your finances to in order to make any of these things happen. And so the first actions in business really reflect what you should be doing if or when you start a LLC. If or when you make the decision to say, I'm not going to just live pillar to post and paycheck to paycheck for the rest of my life. Once you make that decision, you're making a decision to get in business. I want you to understand that. When you make the decision not to be broke, I hope that didn't go over your head. When you make the decision to not be broke, when you make the decision to not live in poverty, when you make the decision that you don't want to live pillar to post, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, you are actually making a what decision? You're making a business decision. That is a business decision you're making. So once you make that decision, now there are some steps you're going to have to take. There are some actions that you're going to have to execute. And so when it comes to you formulating or packaging that decision to never be broke, that decision to build wealth, that decision to take care of your family, once you start packaging that decision, now you're getting into what we call real business. And so every day this week, I talked about one of the first 5 actions in business. Monday, I talked about the first action, which is you have to filter and form your products and services. That's the first action in business. How do you filter and form your products and services? Well, you got to take your ideas and you got to form those ideas into products and services. Oh, I want to help people. Well, I need to know more information. How do I help people? Well, I want to help people in their health. Okay, well, how am I going to help people in their health? Am I going to sell health products? Am I gonna be a fitness instructor? So now we got to take the idea to want to help people and we've got to filter it and form it into a product. How am I going to help them? And what does that look like in the form of a product? That's the first action in business. The second action we talked about Tuesday is you have to attach and add your prices and inventory. So once you figure out what the product is that you have an idea to do to help people, now you got to add a price to that product. So if it's health products I'm going to sell because I want to help people in their health, then what are the products and how much are the products? One of the reasons why you have to make sure number 2 is executed correctly is you don't want to go into the market to try to sell a product or a service and it's not priced right. A lot of times people go into the market, oh, I'm going to make money, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to sell that, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But there ain't no meat on the bone. In other words, you're doing a whole lot of work, but you ain't making no money. And it ain't that the money can't be made. It's just that the product you're selling is not in a price range that can actually sustain a real business. So I have this conversation on a regular basis with our clients. And if you're one of our coaching clients, you already know either I've already had this conversation with you or I'm going to have this conversation with you when it comes to you attaching and adding your prices in your inventory. That's the second action in business. The third action in business is you have to dissect and determine your business revenue. So now you have an idea. So the first action is I'm going to form that idea into a product, right? The second action is I'm going to put a price to my products and services. And I'm going to figure out, do I need more inventory? Do I need more products? Do I need bigger packages? I'm going to go through that whole process. The third action is now I got to dissect and determine my business revenue. How much money do I want to make in my business, let's say in the next 5.5 months of this year? And how much money do I need to make in the next 5.5 months? I got to know those numbers. And then once I get those numbers, I have to attach that number to the price of my products and services or to the median or average price of my products and services. And how do you do that? You take the highest price product you have, you take the lowest price product you have, and you look at the one in the middle and you use that as your median price or your average price of products and services. Now you divide that into how much money you want to make within the next 5.5 months of this year, or you divide it into how much money you need to make within the next 5.5 months of this year. That's going to show you how many products or services you got to sell. If I'm confusing you, number one, you need to go back and watch yesterday's show because I went through some numbers. And 1A is once you watch yesterday's show, you need to call me to take advantage of our mastermind offer, and you probably need to join our business coaching program. That was a whole lot of information in a little bit of time. If you are following me and you actually understand where I'm at right now, I want you to put something in the comments to let me know you're feeling me. All right, are you watching the comments? Mm-hmm. Okay, somebody let me know you're understanding me. If you're confused, say confused. If you're confused, say confused. If you got it, say I got it. Say I'm with you, dog, or Rev, or Prophet. Say something. Let your boy know where you at. Let me know where you at.
Facebook got you.
Facebook, somebody on Facebook say, I got you, dog. I'm with you. Okay. So today we want to talk about the fourth action in business. And that is how to concentrate and craft your client or your customer profile. A lot of people don't understand this, but everybody's not going to buy your product and service. Okay? Everybody's not going to buy what you're selling. And can I help you even further? Don't tell nobody this because I don't want it to hurt too bad. Everybody don't want it. Like there are just some people who you know and some people who you don't know that don't know you or might know you, that just don't want what you have to offer. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with that. Especially those of you that are trying to get all your family and your friends to buy what you selling. And you all upset and mad and offended. You heartbroken because ain't nobody calling you back. And you see them at the mall shopping and they ain't bought one of your shirts yet, you know, or they bought one and they won't buy the new one you got coming out, or they never came by your store. You ain't never seen them visit your website. They ain't left a memo or a message. They don't even like your posts about your business. You got to get past that. You know, one of the courses that I teach in our Blueprint Game Plan is about the 99-to-1 ratio. That's what I call it. It's called the 99-to-1 ratio. And in that course, I teach and talk a lot about how you have to forget about the 99 and focus on trying to find that one. That's the 99-to-1 ratio, okay? And so that may very well mean out of 100 people, it might be one person who buys what you have to offer. But are you willing to get past being rejected by 99 just to find the one? And then I also teach and talk about the different types of people that are within that 99-to-1 ratio. I talk about the no people. There's a group of people in that ratio that are just no people. They're N-O. No, I don't want what you have. Then there are some people who are not yet. So they're not no's, they're just not yet. And then there are some people who are question marks. They're not no, not yet. It's just, I don't know. And then you got a small ratio of people who are the yeses. These are the people who are going to support you. Most of the time, you might not believe this, most of the time, the yes people are not yes people who grew up with you. Yes people are not the people who got your last name. Yes people don't necessarily be your mama, your daddy, your cousins, your aunties. Them be the no people. Them be the not yets and the question mark people. The yes people are the people that you have decided to expose yourself to because you understand, back to my point, don't think I'm just rambling out my head. You understand that there's a certain client or customer profile that you have on the type of people you want to purchase or you wish to purchase your products and your services. But a lot of this has to be done either before you get out there to the marketplace, or if you're out there in the marketplace, you got to start doing it. So we just, in our staff briefing this morning, we were talking about the importance, one of the things we talked about, which is so critical, is the importance of learning how to reset yourselves, right? We're talking about that today, you just resetting yourself. Well, guess what? Business owners got to do that too. If you out there grinding and hustling and you trying to figure out a way to make money and it just ain't working, guess what? Let's hit the reset button and let's focus on, okay, if these are the products and services that I want to sell, and I have put a price on my products and services, and I have already determined how many products and services I need to sell in order to make X amount of money. If you have gone through this process up to this fourth action in business, now the next best thing for you to do is to concentrate and craft your client or your customer profile. Okay? You have to do this. You have to do this. If you don't do this, if you don't know who your perfect client is or who your perfect customer is, you probably waking up every day throwing your business out there like you throwing spaghetti on the wall hoping some of it stick. And all you doing is messing up the paint. You get what I'm saying? We used to grow up eating cereal out of bowls we ate spaghetti out of. And the problem was you drinking white milk out of a blue bowl that got red residue from last week's spaghetti in it. Because guess what? You just can't get that spaghetti residue out of some of them bowls. So how does that apply to what I'm saying? I don't know. It just sounded like something good I needed to share. But back to my point, if you throwing spaghetti on the wall, you're going to be stuck eating cereal Saturday morning, watching cartoons with the residue of what you wish you could have got done. Or what you thought you was going to get done. I don't want you to be eating cereal in a bowl with last week's residue of what you thought you was going to get done and it never happened. We don't want that, okay? I don't want you watching cartoons of Captain America and Scooby-Doo when you should be out there making money because you did your due diligence, okay? Now, what I'm saying to you, it might sound a little sophisticated or like a little more professional, but this is the importance of really having business consultants and business coaches help you and walk you through some of these very important processes that you have to have in your business in order to really not just succeed, but to sustain that success. Anybody can be a one and done. There are a whole lot of one and dones. People talk about Jay-Z today. You know, oh, he ain't no good rapper. He ain't the best rapper alive. And guess what? They might be right, but he's the richest. You see my point? Let me say it again. Tupac, the best rapper ever lived. Biggie, the best rapper ever lived. DMX, the best rapper ever lived. Big Pun, the best rapper ever lived. Who got the most money? Still Jay-Z. You got to always go back to Hov. Why? Because he created success, but one of the things he also created, or at least the people around him helped create, was a sustainable business system that could maintain the success. So whatever the success was in the 90s, whatever the success was in the early 2000s, it was able to be sustained because somebody did their due diligence, just as what I'm trying to get you to do, your due diligence. So how do you concentrate and craft your client or customer profile? Let me explain to you what this is. This is the creative process of identifying the profile, and this is something you might want to write down, the profile of your perfect client or customer, and introducing a message and marketing campaign to bring them value. Now, I'm able to brag a little bit because we now have a CMO in-house, a chief marketing officer. We have an executive marketing consultant in-house. And if she was on this side of the camera, she would agree with me. I think we can all unanimously agree that it's easier to introduce a message and a marketing campaign to bring value to someone if you know who that someone is. Am I correct? If you know who you're targeting and you know what the profile of that person looks like that you're targeting, it's easier to introduce a message and a campaign to bring them value. So for example, this is so good. If you trying to give clothes to somebody who need water, and all you hollering about is, I got the best clothes. Oh my God, you should feel the fabric. I mean, I'm telling you, this jacket is like off the chain. I can't even give this jacket away to somebody who need water, because I'll be trying to get them the jacket. Listen, I'll give you this jacket for free. You can have this jacket. This is a nice jacket. It'll last forever. They're going to be looking at me like, huh? But then you walk up with a bottle of water, right? And they looking at my jacket and they looking at your water, and I say, I'll give you my jacket for free. And you walk up and say, I'll give you this bottle of water for $100. You'll be able to sell this water for $100 before I give a jacket away that's worth thousands of times more than this water. Why? Because that's what they need. They fit the perfect profile of a customer that needs water. So this is why you got to concentrate and craft your client profile so that you can identify with who your perfect client is. Because if you are talking to people who don't even fit the profile to even buy what you are trying to sell. This is one of the reasons why we can't even give certain things away to certain people. That's one of the reasons why I don't give certain people stuff for free. Because I already know if I gave it to you for free, you're not going to accept it. Because you don't need it, or at least you don't think you need it, meaning that you don't see the value in it. I want to find people who see the value in what I have, and I want to craft a profile for that person so that I can start creating a message and a campaign to target them on the value I know I can provide for them. So I'm a business coach, I'm a business consultant. I'm targeting people who really want to start businesses, who really want to structure their businesses the right way, who really want to learn about wealth building vehicles like holding companies, who really want to learn creative tax strategies, who really want to understand the fundamentals of financial literacy. So guess what? If I'm targeting someone that doesn't meet that profile, I'm probably wasting my time with them. So that's important. So let's get into some questions that you need to consider in order to effectively concentrate and craft your client profile, which, by the way, the link that you see in the description and the link that we have in the comments, all of this information that I'm talking about right now, you have handouts and you have 4 to 5 hours of me talking about these topics. Plus, you're going to also have access to our upcoming group coaching mastermind, which is going to be held on Saturday, August the 21st for about 4 to 5 hours. And then following that live event, I'm going to do another live Q&A to give you an opportunity to bring everything you've learned in our recent mastermind, everything that you're going to learn in our upcoming mastermind. That live Q&A is going to be like a follow-up to bring you together to help figure out what you learn and how you can use what you learn in your business, in your finances, in whatever it is that you're doing. So back to my point. One of the questions that you need to ask yourself when you're working on concentrating and crafting your client profile is, here's the first question. What is the profile of my perfect client or customer? Now, how am I going to find that out? Well, I got to look at the geographic profile. Like, where is my perfect client? Where's my perfect client? See, a lot of people don't want to have this conversation, but guess what? If the dollar store, Dollar Tree, if they're sitting down having a business session, brainstorming, doing research and development on where they're going to open up their next dollar store, do you think they're thinking about opening a dollar store in every geographic area or certain geographic areas? Right? When I say dollar store, you already got certain things, certain places on your mind because it's a geographic decision they're making. Okay, well, when I mention Sprouts or Whole Foods, don't you think about a certain geographic location? If I say Piggly Wiggly, you think about a certain geographic location. If I mention certain gas stations, you think about certain geographic locations. If I mention the liquor store, you think about certain geographic locations. If I mention a nightclub, if I mention a sports arena, these are all business decisions that people are making. And a part of their decision is to know the profile of their perfect client or customer. And guess what? Sometimes it may not even be the customer or client that's in that location. They may just know that there's a client or customer that would come to that location. That's very, very important. So like, for example, we're providing a business coaching program and a lot of our clients are not in Atlanta. But a lot of our clients are benefiting from a program because guess what? We have a virtual training program so they can take classes and train and do their homework assignments from anywhere in the world. And we got a thing called Zoom. So we can host one-on-one coaching sessions and do the same thing virtually that anybody can do in person. So because we've created that opportunity for them, now we're able to have a relationship to help them with their business because we understand what geographic landscape is needed for this business relationship to work. Another thing you need to consider is demographics. Geographics is about places. Demographics is about people. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of y'all are targeting people who ain't got no money. And believe me, we deal with a lot of people who ain't got no money, but we be fleshing through they behind too. Because if you ain't got no money, or if you got money but you don't have the mindset to spend your money, I'm not gonna be wasting a whole lot of my time with you. Because see, I'm one of those clients, and that's why I'm gonna attract those type of clients. Because I'm one of those clients that when I find something I want, I'm not really concerning myself with the money. I want it. Even if I can't get it today, I still want it. There are certain things that I want that even though I might not be able to go get it today, I still want it. And I'm still working towards getting it. But you better believe once I get the money or once I feel like it's the right time to go get it, I'm gonna go get it. And if it's more important for me to have it at a certain time, even when I ain't got the money, I'm gonna figure out how to go get it because my commitment is gonna push me to the creativity to find out how to get it. So you gotta think about demographics. You wanna take into consideration when you're looking for for the profile of your perfect client or customer, you gotta think about the income class or the professional level. It's not like you're trying to be prejudiced or you're trying to be judgmental or you're trying to, stereotype. It's not like you're trying to stereotype. You are assessing, you are assessing or concentrating and crafting your perfect client profile. You should have a picture in your mind of what your perfect client or customer looks like. Think about what exactly are you selling today? What is the product that you're selling? What are the products? What are the services that you're selling? Now let's think about who your perfect client is. Who is your perfect client? In my coaching program, the perfect client for me is somebody who wants to start, structure, and scale their businesses. They want to start a holding company. They want to build it out. They want divisions and subsidiaries. They want to build wealth. They want to develop strategies for tax advantages. They want to learn the fundamentals of financial literacy. This is my perfect coaching client. And they don't mind spending $5,000 for a 12-month program and have the opportunity to pay it over the course of 2 years. So the perfect coaching client for me is somebody who can call today and say, I definitely want that for 12 months. I want to have 4 quarterly one-on-one coaching sessions with you. I want to have 4 quarterly group coaching masterminds with you and your other clients. I want to have 26 bi-weekly one-on-one coaching calls. I want to have 26 bi-weekly virtual training assignments. And Ramon, I also want to take advantage of 1 year free access to your world-class blueprint game plan program. If everything I just said is you, guess what? You are the perfect client for a 1 year business coaching program. And you, my friend, sir, ma'am, bruh, sis, should be texting the word coaching to one of the numbers you see in the comments. That's a perfect client for me in my 1 year business coaching program. So I know who my perfect client is, but you got to make sure you know. And you could be selling a $15 hat. You could be selling a $20 shirt. You still need to know who is your perfect customer. Because there's a perfect customer that fits the description of somebody who wants to purchase a $20 shirt and who don't mind paying for shipping. Think about that. So that's question number one. What is the profile of your perfect client or customer? You got to look at the geographics, the demographics, the income class, and the professional level. You have to think about that, okay? Here's the next question. What is the uniqueness of your story? Because remember, when you concentrate on your perfect client profile, you are going to use that information, that data, to craft a message to introduce to them. So in a way, we're kind of getting into marketing, because now you're trying to figure out, how do I bring value to this perfect client? How do I get their attention, and how do I bring value? And guess what? If what I'm saying is kind of intimidating, or it's like, wow, it's a lot, here's what I want you to understand. We are practicing this every day. Every day we come into this office suite, we practice what we preach every day. We are learning to get better and better at what I'm sharing with you. So this is why I want you to be a part of our circle. I want you to be in this ecosystem. I just wish, we talked about that the other day. Just imagine if the people who listen to us on social media, if they were a part of our conversations regularly, how further along they would be. But if they came in day one, they wouldn't understand where they're going to be in 30 days until they got to their 30 days. But 30 days from there, they're going to be like, oh my God, how did I learn so much and figure so much out? You know how? You showed up every day and you learned one thing. It took you 2 days. Coming in to figure it out, like, oh, I got it. Wow. See what I mean? So, but my point is, it's easy to learn when you're in an environment of learning. When you're in an environment that's like determined to grow and move forward. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Every day, ain't it?
I learn every day.
Every day.
Every day I'm learning.
I don't know if it's a day that you have walked in this office and ain't something new going on.
Every day.
Every day.
7 days a week.
And guess what's happening? And guess what's happening? You're getting better. You end up making more money. You end up becoming a better version of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm telling you, listen, I'm living this stuff. I just love the young man that I talked to the other day. Somebody, I think he what did he text? Did he text and was asking about the coaching program? The gentleman that called. Remember I talked with him the other day?
Oh, yeah.
But I just loved how even though he didn't purchase our coaching program, he was like, man, I ain't got the money right now. Which for me, money ain't the issue. Money is never the issue for me. So don't tell me that. If you call me, don't be the person to tell me I just ain't got the money. Because money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. I hate to say this, but I'll use this as an example before I go back to the guy's story. Have you ever noticed when somebody close to a family member dies, that everybody figure out how to get to that funeral, but nobody ain't got no money? You know why they get to that funeral? Because their commitment to their family member creates creativity for them to figure out, how do I get to my family member's funeral? If grandma die, auntie, cuz, or some close friend, if they die, it's a sad situation, but they get there because they figure out a way to make it happen. Because the value of family is more important than that savings account, or more important than that money they're gonna miss not working, or more important than money that they was gonna spend to pay a bill, but they say, you know what, I ain't gonna pay that bill. This is more important this week. I'll figure out how to pay that bill next week. So I'll call them and tell them I'll have the money next week. My point is, you've got to put value over price if you want to get unstuck and move forward. Now, back to my story. This gentleman, he texts us and tells us he loves the content. He loves me. He enjoys what he's learning on social media, and he's really leaning towards wanting to join our one-year business coaching program, right? So of course, what do? We reach back out to him. We talk to him, we speak with him, but he really just blessed me because some of the things he was saying to me was, number one, he was like, man, I've been binging on your videos for like 4 hours today. He was like, man, and I can just feel the sincerity. I can tell you're genuine, you real, you ain't some internet, some internet guru or something. You're a real person. You're brick and mortar, like you call back, all the things that people are looking for, right? But my point is, how am I going to get people to respond that way if I'm not introducing my information or sharing my message or my stories in a way that the perfect client can connect with me and understand that, oh yeah, this is my kind of person right here. Because I listen to people all the time, and I can listen to them and I can tell, yeah, they not being genuine. One of the worst things a person can do is try to sell something that they themselves won't buy. It's horrible. For somebody to be trying to sell something to you. You see that card right there? That card I just put over there, that card, it's a guy, I've met a couple of them, but he's one of the ones in the area in Buckhead that they're not called tailors. They're called clothiers. They're called clothiers. That's what they call themselves, clothiers. But he was getting off the elevator. Maybe he was coming to see a client, and I was coming on the elevator this morning, coming in the office. And he saw me, first thing he said, oh my God, man, nice coat. I was like, hey, thank you. I was like, man, you look good too. He was sharp. He was like, hey, here's my card. Let me get your information. He was on point. I was like, okay, I don't have a card. I got a digital card. And he was like, okay, you bougie. I was like, hey, it is what it is. I ain't carrying no card. But he was saying, where do you get your clothes and your shirts and stuff done, whatever. I was like, well, we'll talk about that another time because, I got to tell you how I think and how I process wearing clothes. But he was saying, he told me who he was. And when he told me who he was, I was like, oh, wow. That's awesome, man. He said, so yeah, I'll give you a call. We could talk a little bit and I can share a little bit with you. Maybe we can meet up and I can show you some materials and so forth and so on. Cause I'm telling him, I'm like, listen, man, I'm real picky with stuff. I wear the same clothes, not the same clothes. What am I supposed to say?
You have signature suits.
I have signature suits.
Several of the same.
Come on, personal assistant, PA, help me. Okay, cause y'all always get on me about that. I don't wear the same suit. I wear the same style or color scheme suits. So these are my signature suits and shirts. My point in bringing that up was the guy dressed like he was a customer of his own product. That's my point. Because if he was looking worse than me, how you gonna sell me a doggone suit and you look a mess? Dog. You wrinkled. Your suit don't look good. I ain't buying nothing from you. Because the first thing I'm doing is looking at your clothes and I'm looking at your shoes. And if they dirty, if they wore out, like, no, bro, I'm not finna buy nothing from you, dog. Because you don't even wear your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, Me and my wife, we used to always do that in real estate. Because we used to meet people in real estate. You know how you go meet another agent? And for real, me and my wife, we was like that. Like, early on, my wife and I, we went and bought a Lexus. This was like in the early 2000s. We went and bought a brand new Lexus truck. We was pulling up in like a RX 330 Lexus. But guess what? Other agents was pulling up in like, 81 Acuras and, 92 Hondas. And I understand it wasn't about them trying to impress people. However, it is about you trying to impress people. Because you're showing me, if you driving up in that, you ain't selling no houses. We used to always be like, So we have people trying to pitch to us and meet up with us. And I'm thinking, wait a minute now. How you gonna show me a $600,000 house? You must hadn't closed on a house in 10 years. And it ain't about that. It's just about you understanding that you got to be a customer and a client of the products you're trying to introduce and craft a message to share to other people. Because if you share me a message, if you share with me a message about a product and a service that you're selling, and I look at you, or I look at the landscape of your life, or if I Google you, or if I go to your website, or if I do some researching on you, and I don't see that you're living up to the message you're trying to share with me, or the story you're trying to share with me, you've lost me as a customer or a client, and I might tell at least 10 people that you're a fraud. Because there are studies that have been done to show that more people will tell people how bad you are than they will how good you are. There were studies that were done to show that a person who enjoyed your service might tell 3 people how good you were. A person who didn't like it will tell 10 people how bad you were. So the ratio is backwards, so you always got to keep that in mind. Here's another question you want to ask when it comes to concentrating and crafting your client profile. What is the uniqueness of your story? So now you got to think about your story. You got to think about sharing your upbringing, your education, your experience, your failures, and your successes. People want to hear that story. Like, it's so normal. I'm not even going to go there. Just, what's the uniqueness of your story? Here's the next question, and I'm getting ready to go because I think we got a 1 o'clock, don't we? Right? Okay. Here's the next question. What is your best method of delivery? So once you craft your story and your message, now you got to think about what is the best method of delivery. Is it visual? Is it visual? So meaning that if you want to create a visual presentation for your product and service, well, you got to make sure it looks good. Like, I hate to see people on social media trying to sell products and services and they look like they just got out the bed. It just looked like they rolled over, yawned, farted, burped, squigged a little water, and just cut the phone on and was like, hey y'all, let me, I'm like, wow. Is it visual? Is it written? Is it audio? Huh? Is it in person? Is it one-on-one? Or is it by other creative expressions? These are the things that you have to consider. The best method of delivery. Because some people shouldn't even be talking in front of a camera. Some people shouldn't. Because you make your product worse when you're trying to communicate it in person because you just don't have the communicative skills. You just might not be the best presenter. So you got to think about that. You got to be very mindful of that when you're concentrating and crafting your client profile. Because if you're going out of your way, to get in front of the right people, then you want to make sure you think about these other things. The uniqueness of your story. And a lot of this stuff you just got to keep working on until you get it. Like, that was very impressive. We went through our scenarios this morning in our team briefing, and like 20 minutes later, you're already like, oh, I got it. I got my script, I got my pitch, I got my presentation, I know how to communicate it. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes to do it. And the better you are prepared for the perfect client when you get in front of the perfect client. And guess what? If you're in ministry, this is something so many church people and ministry people miss. If you're in ministry, if you're a church leader or you're doing nonprofit ministry, guess what? It's really some of the same fundamental principles. Because if somebody comes to your church and they sit in there and they listen to you and your presentation is not what they want, most likely they ain't coming back. And you could be mad and offended by that, but you got to take into consideration there's just some people who want what you got. They want to hear what you're giving. And the people who don't. The people who do. But you still have to at least take into consideration that you have a job, you have a duty, you have a responsibility to do the due diligence through these type of actions to make sure that when you are getting in front of people, however your method of getting in front of people is that you are giving them what you know is tailored to the perfect profile of your client and your customer. So for those of you, if you got value out of this and you have never participated in our group coaching masterminds, I want you to click the link. We have a 2-for-1 mastermind special, a 2-for-1. It's actually a 3-for-1 mastermind special. It's a 3-for-1 mastermind special. If you click the link, or when you click the link, you're going to get access to our previous business group coaching mastermind with all this information that I've been sharing all week, and almost 5 hours more of teaching and training that I did on a lot of different subject matters. I mean, I could go through the list of things that I taught during our recent business coaching mastermind. We talked about your identity as an entrepreneur, business owner, and investor. We talked about goals, daily schedules, how to create a lifestyle plan for you and your business. We talked about the holding company. We talked about the power of a mastermind, the first actions in business. We talked about a lot. So you get access for $30 to this recent mastermind, but in that module, you also have a link to our upcoming mastermind. So all you have to do the day of the mastermind is log into your account and go to your dashboard and click the link to the August 21, 2021 mastermind. And when it's live, you get access to it. You can ask questions. You can engage in the chat. You're going to learn a lot during that mastermind. We have a lot of things prepared and planned in terms of group interactions, assessments that we're going to be doing on the spot. We're going to be doing a lot of practical activities and interactives that are going to really help you specifically with the things that you might be stuck or might be dealing with in your finances and in your business. And then following our live mastermind, we're going to host another free Q&A. It's going to be a follow-up Q&A that I want to bring all of our mastermind participants together, many of whom are going to be coaching clients, because this is a free event for our coaching clients. And we're going to do a Q&A to answer more questions. We're going to gather the data from the results of our masterminds, and we're going to make sure that we give you as much value as we can, because I really want you to end 2021 strong. I want you to end this year strong, and I want you to have the tools. Like our community, our people, we don't have a lot of the same resources and tools. And then when we get access to them, either we don't take them and use them, or we just take them and we misuse them because we don't want to learn nothing. We don't want to educate ourselves to get better at what we want to do with our lives and with our families. And so I want you to take advantage of that. Click the link. It's $30 for you to have access to literally 2 masterminds and 1 free Q&A, which is probably going to be another 2 hours. And just that alone, you're going to learn so much about your business, your finances, about these first actions in business. And for those of you that are interested in joining our exclusive 1-year business coaching program, we're getting ready to, I can't even say double down. We're getting ready to quintuple down on really connecting as many people as we can to our 1-year business coaching program. I believe, and I've done a lot of math and analytics on this, and we're still doing a lot of math on it and analytics. I believe if you give yourself at least 1 year, and I mean you could be at the bottom, if you give yourself at least 1 year to have a business consultant and coach, to have business coaching sessions, to be a part of a business group mastermind with other business owners and entrepreneurs and people who want to be financially free, and access to a training program to learn about business and finances and accounting and tax strategies. If you give yourself at least 1 year to get all that in your mind and in your brain and implement it in your life, I just don't see where you cannot be winning in a 12-month window. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is just not stuff I'm throwing on the wall like spaghetti. These are things that I did. And I put these programs together in a way, not assuming that you're going to do it like I did it, because you probably won't do it like I did it. I assume that you're going to do it like any other student would do it who follows somebody like me, or any protege would do. So it's very practical, it's very digestible, and it's easy for you to do, but you got to at least be committed and willing to put yourself in a position to get in on it. So I want you to take into consideration joining our 1-year business coaching program. For those of you that have purchased a mastermind, for those of you that have purchased a workshop, for those of you that have purchased a blueprint game plan, and you know you're still not where you want to be, I'm going to tell you what it is. The missing link is you need that business coaching program. If you call our office, everybody you talk to, including me, they're probably going to tell you, if they do a quick assessment of your personal, professional, or financial situation, they're probably going to automatically end up saying, yeah, you need to be on the business coaching. And when you hear that, if you're not clear on what's important, you probably going to think, oh, they just trying to sell me. No, they know what you need in order to succeed, because they know the difference between you being where you at and being where you're supposed to be is probably having a professional business consultant who can put you in a system to get you there, to literally help you skip seasons and to do it the right way the first time. So if you're interested in being a part of our business coaching program, text coaching to the numbers you see in the comments. I want to plug you in. We'll give you more information. If you need more information, we'll walk you through what the process looks like for the whole year. It's the 52-week touch point program. So every week for 52 weeks, there's something that we're going to be doing with you, you're going to be doing with us. There's no way you're going to lose. There's nobody in our coaching program losing unless they just want to lose. And we're figuring out a way to bring them back into the winning side of the team. So it is what it is. I love y'all. Tomorrow we're going to end with the 5th action in business. You do not want to miss it tomorrow, y'all, because guess what the 5th action of business is going to be on? How to sell and scale your products, services, systems, and processes. It's going to be good. I'm telling you. I have a whole diagram that I'm going to be using. It's a lot of good information. I love y'all. Listen, if there's anything we can do to provide more value to you, to give you more information on anything we're doing in our coaching program, with our blueprint, consulting, whatever, just give us a call. We'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Love you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow right here on the Ramonepreston Show.